What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. So a lot of cool things is happening with Casper. I'm over here at Joe Davis's shop, home of the Project Sleeper Chevelle. Man, that thing just looks good. And then you look at that. Ooh. Anyways, so tell you what we got going on here. Joe has been clear coating the side of the bed here. We're going to do the cab. We actually have the hood off of it. Yeah, look at the beast. So there's going to be a lot of changes coming to the exterior of the truck. Nothing major, but it'll make me feel better. Inside, we're actually going to take the bench seat out and put the seats in from BB Classics. I got to pull the carpet out, put a new transmission tunnel in it. Why do I have to put a new transmission tunnel in it? Good question. Well, I'm getting ready to head to John Coates Racing Transmission and pick up the CASPER-MATIC, the world's first E4OD 4R100 fully hydraulically controlled transbrake valve body. We're getting it ready for that. That is going to be a game changer for this truck. As you know now, the C4 that's in it and 700 horsepower combined with 4,180 pounds doesn't go good together. The C4 has been problematic since I put that engine in. The CASPER-MATIC is going to fix that, and it's going to make it to where I can go fast and I can finally crack open a nitrous bottle on Mixed Up Boss. So all of y'all, watch out. First to the fives. You hear that, Jason Black? You hear that, Sammy? First to the fives. So I've got a long trip ahead of me, so let's hit the road. We headed out about 3:30 Saturday morning to Lowell, Indiana to John Coates of Coates Racing Transmission to pick up none other than the CASPER-MATIC. This trip was something special, as this was basically a year and a half in the making. You see, I met up with John Cope at the 2022 AHRA No Name Nationals, where he let me drive his F100 dubbed Haney with a 3rd gen Hemi and his torque flight in there, and it was unbelievable. And so after that trip, he decided to help me out by coming up with a valve body so that I could keep a Ford transmission in my Ford truck. And so there's a lot of emotions in this trip, and I can't thank John and Lucas enough for their dedication and hard work for making this a possibility and making it to be where Casper can go to the next level. Check that shirt out, y'all. The one and only John Coates.
All right. I had to let you open the door.
He just hands me a door clicker. That is awesome. Oh my goodness. I'm coming into the layer. Wow.
Yeah, this is it. The truck is very special to me because it's a reproduction of not only the truck that I drove as a teen, that I took to high school and got my license in, but it was also my dad's service truck. Yeah. Yeah. I'll take you around the block if you got time.
I drove 700 miles to look at just Mopar Joe's wheelchair.
Yeah, Joe won't pick that thing up, Andy.
He's going to have to pick it up sooner or later. There's dust growing on it, Joe.
Yeah,
come on.
Not as much dust and cobwebs though on your trans.
Holy crap.
It's the one with the cobwebs on it.
Yeah, the cobwebs. I like that. I like that a lot.
This was the special thing I did.
Oh my goodness.
Andy, get the cobwebs off it.
Check that out.
I did that on both sides.
That is sweet.
And here's the cool thing about that, that's hand lettered.
Yeah.
The guy who lettered my truck, the guy who lettered Jeff's dragster,
Yeah.
was the guy who did that for us.
Man.
And it's on both sides of the pan.
That looks phenomenal.
And it's hand painted.
The only pictures I've seen of this thing is everybody taking a hammer to it. What's up with that?
Here. Oh man, there's a lot of cobwebs on this thing, Andy.
Man. Look at
It's
this.
been here a long time.
Oh, it's starting to grow roots.
All right. And so I already have your shift linkage in there for you.
All right.
The D-pan, the bracket for you. And then if we flip it around here, the wiring.
Yeah.
You're only going to need...
Man, them cobwebs.
Spider webs.
Man.
I got to give you a wiring harness diagram for that.
Okay.
Now, I just did this because that's how we had in the dyno.
Yeah.
You're going to have to go to a junkyard
And find...
and get a stick. Now, the great thing is about this is it's a two-piece stick.
Okay.
So if you leave that there and it bolts in, it just comes out right here.
Okay.
And then so you get the stick in the tube.
Does Low-Car make one, or do I need
Yeah, but then you're going to need an eyedropper to fill it.
Forget
You
that.
really are better off going to the boneyard. And
Whoa.
I hope I had that on.
This is for my brother. That decal right there
That's an oldie but a goodie.
That decal was on my brother's bedroom door when we were growing up.
When you were kids?
Yes.
Let me check something real quick here.
Man, that looks good. It's hard to believe that this is what, a year and a half's worth of... It went from a dream to maybe a reality to a reality, and now here it is.
And it all started off with the test drive in Haney.
Yeah.
At No Name Nationals.
Absolutely.
If it wasn't for those two things coming together, you going to that event, me going to that event, you being like, oh.
This wouldn't exist.
Yeah, it wouldn't.
Because for those of you who do not know, we talked about trying to adapt a Chrysler transmission to it, and that was going to be too much of a headache.
It wasn't feasible.
It wasn't feasible, yeah. And so he definitely didn't want me putting GM crap in Casper. So
Which could have been easy.
It could have been easy.
But when you said, hey, I don't know how it came up. Did you ask or did I say something?
You sent me a text. What do you think about an E4OD?
Yeah.
And I was like, man, they're super strong, you know, but I never considered it a possibility.
I have the... Go ahead.
I never considered it a possibility because of no way to hydraulically control it.
Yeah. I got the drawings in my build room. Want to check them out?
Yeah.
All right, come on. That's the first drawing, is the square one. And I was like, well, I got to lay it out.
I thought it was a piece of a pizza box, but it's actually a Transgo.
It's an overhaul kit.
It's an overhaul kit.
Yeah.
That is super cool.
So then I'm like, okay, it could work, because see, this is what I was working on.
Yeah.
And then
you had to get everything on the manual valve.
Yeah.
And then it came from this to
that.
This.
And this one here is the one that I made the homemade one off of.
Right.
Is what I made it off of.
That's just unbelievable. And you see why John Cope is special. When he can take this and turn it into a reality, not many people can do that in this day and time.
Luckily, the Torque Flight overdrive and the E4OD overdrive are very similar in how they work. Otherwise, it couldn't have been that fast.
Right.
It really couldn't have.
That is super cool, though. So basically, you took the knowledge that you had already gained off of the Torque Flight stuff and pretty much just applied it to the Ford.
Yes, sir.
And by luck of the draw, they operated in the same manner where it could be possible.
They're very identical, or not, they're very close to working exactly the same as far as the power flow is concerned. Now, it was a big challenge doing the valve body because it's completely different.
Yeah, and the components are different. I mean, you've got clutches instead of bands.
Yeah.
And
so instead of pulling the oil pan off of your trans,
yeah,
if you open up that left door, right there, and on top above your head, pull one of them off.
God.
Don't drop it though, Andy.
Oh my God.
That
is a piece of aluminum. I mean, aluminum's supposed to be light, folks.
Yeah,
This is not light.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that is the main body. You can see CASPER-MATIC, that's right.
Tesla valve.
You can see the Tesla valve. And if you flip it over and look at the passages and then look at the paper that we were just looking at, the drawings,
yeah,
that's where it all came from.
Wow.
And then that little piece up there is the auxiliary valve body that goes over the Tesla valve.
Wow.
And it's got the third gear passage in it. And then that triangle below your chin are all the the other on the left. Those are the transbrake solenoids.
Okay.
So, and they're the same for a Chrysler valve body as a CASPER-MATIC valve body.
Really?
Yeah.
That makes it good for you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You already got a part that's tried and true.
Right. I didn't have to reinvent nothing. So let's go into parts room now. I'm going to show you some more. Turn around. There are the separator plates.
Oh, wow.
Remember I showed you those?
Yeah.
That's for the auxiliary valve body.
That's the right color blue for
Yep, I did that on purpose.
I know.
And then there's the separator plate gaskets, and here are the big monster separator plates.
Why did Ford make this thing so freaking?
Oh, I don't know.
I mean, you know.
I don't know.
I mean, that is just insane.
And then below are some, right there in that box, pull one of those out.
Oh.
The special.
None of this matters. You got to have this.
That's our 200 PSI pressure regulator spring, which I also did in blue.
Yeah.
But it came back petty blue, which is fine.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
Yeah. And then the manual valves are over there, and then I have, like, up here is the filter extensions. This is just the CASPER-MATIC shelf. Those are
holy crap. This is my first time actually seeing the diameter of a clutch.
That's the small... No, that is the forward clutch. That is the forward clutch pack.
Compare that to a C4, which would be the inner diameter.
That's a 904.
Pretty close.
Another girl trans, right?
Yeah, John. You hear that? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Man.
Yeah. Well, you know, we got to give Wilburn a little bit of credit, too.
I do.
If he was kind of the one that brought me and you together in a way. You know what I'm saying? So this valve body is kind of an end result of me and you going to Notre Dame.
It's the whole community as a whole. And
yeah.
Like, it still just blows me away. I want to give a shout out to John and Dallas because they both offered to come up here and get this because they know that I had a lot of stuff going on at the house. So you guys, that meant a lot to me that you're willing to offer, but I had to come to the birthplace of the CASPER-MATIC. This was a homage visit.
The touchy-feely everything.
It is. It is. It's about that heavy. Casper's going to gain about 500 pounds. I don't care if it lives.
And of course, there couldn't have been any other color to pick.
Oh yeah, you got to paint it white.
We'll just get closest to the truck as we can.
We put this thing in here and it put these F250 on the helper spring. That's how heavy this thing is. It's on the actual stop. Next stop, Mount Holly, North Carolina. Woo! So John's going to take me for a ride in the Power Wagon. This thing is just something else. There you go.
It's a little. Put this on. It's gonna be hard to get both of us, I guess. Just sit a little close, like we're dating. Now your shifter's going to be exactly. So really, this is a little pre-test driving Casper,
Right.
but the Dodge version.
Right.
Okay. Now you'll have a trans brake, and you have to press the brake to back up.
Something about a big block.
Yeah, it ain't all that fast.
No, but it hits different. You know what I'm saying? It has to. I love it.
And it's just a cruiser, you know?
Yeah. Like I tell people, not everything has to be a race car.
No.
Now, when I was 20, everything had to be a race car.
Heck, when I was 20, all you had to do was flip the air cleaner lid on whatever you were driving, and it was instant race car. We are rolling, right?
We're rolling.
Okay. Now, once we get to a highway speed, this is what I want you to put your camera on when we get there. Only about a mile out of the city to get up to speed.
Yeah, the ratios are pretty much about the same, though, right?
They are, yeah. Actually, your first gear, second gear ratios are more because they're 271,
272.
something like that, I believe. You know. So basically, this is your truck now.
Yeah.
This got 391s in it.
Okay.
And you know, we're going 40, 45 maybe, and we're at about $2,000. As soon as we get up here, you'll see the difference.
This thing rides great.
It's okay for a truck that's got leaf springs in every corner. All right, put the camera on there. We're gonna go overdrive and lock up.
That is crazy.
And we're going about 48, maybe 50 now, at 1,500 RPMs.
That is crazy. Okay. 1,500 RPM.
And then let's go back to your C4.
Yeah. Yeah, that's C4 life. It sucks.
Ain't that nice?
It is nice.
Haney does the same thing. You will so much love it, Andy. The way that you're going to drive that truck in the snow to get eggs and bacon.
Bad thing is, he's probably right. I mean, I wouldn't put it past me. And this is what John does for fun. You see all this smoke in here?
This is the official test driving spot.
Yeah.
As you can see, we've been here before.
Yeah. Previous marks have been laid. So nearly 1,500 miles later, we are back in Gaston County, North Carolina. I have to give a huge shout out to Mike of Gaston Automotive Services. Let me use the community work truck here, the F250, to go get the CASPER-MATIC. I'm super excited about the CASPER-MATIC and what that means for the truck, and you know, man, it's going to be awesome. While I was up there, I would have loved to have stayed a lot longer with John Cope, but we had to hit the road. We basically put 1,480 miles on the clock in about 29 hours worth of time. So we were getting it. And but yeah, we had a really good time on the trip. rode by Indianapolis Raceway Park just to get a picture, and yeah, it was a really good time. So one of the people that I wanted to give a shout out to that wasn't at Copes was Lucas. Lucas is the unsung hero of the CASPER-MATIC, and he's been doing all of the grunt work for John Cope on this transmission. He builds the valve bodies. So Lucas, I just want to say thank you for all that you do. And yeah, last but not least, I want to say that I'm very proud of Micah's son, Joseph. He went 3 rounds at the Battle of Shadyside at the Memorial Day race up there, the 50K to win. Went 3 rounds in foot brake. He's 13 years old. Did a tremendous job. I mean, I hate that I missed that race, but I know that Casper's going to be much better off for it. And yeah, so proud uncle here, Joseph. So anyways, until next time, this is Andy from Unity Motorsports Garage. I will definitely catch you later.